Hello friends, welcome to the Department of Physics, Shikshan Maharishi Dr. Bappi Salunke College Mirrors, and today we are going to see one of the experiments from Electricity and Magnetism, BSc 1 Physics. Title of experiment is Measurement of AC Quantities. Measurement of AC quantities, and aim is to determine the impedance of given LCR circuit by vector and phasor diagram, and apparatus required for this experiment is AC source, that is step down transformer, then AC ammeter, AC voltmeter, or you can use multimeter instead of using voltmeter, then inductor, then capacitor and resistor, etc. Here is the circuit diagram. Here is the circuit diagram. This is transformer, this is rheostat, this is RLC, which are connected in series. Here is the millimeter. Okay, this is the actual experimental setup. This is transformer, that is step down transformer. Here we are using step down transformer. This is rheostat, this is rheostat, this is resistor, this is resistor. Okay, and this is inductor, this is inductor coil, and this is capacitor. Resistor, inductor, capacitor, that is R, L and C. These three components are connected in series, hence the name series LCR circuit or series RLC circuit. And here is the milliammeter, here is the AC milliammeter. In the previous video, that is of Thevenin theorem, I have told that sine wave under milliammeter indicates it is the measure of AC quantities. It is the measure of AC quantities, and straight line under the millimeter or voltmeter indicates it is the measure of DC quantities. Here we are measuring the AC quantities. Therefore, we are using the AC voltmeter and AC millimeter. The circuit components and the circuit are connected as per the circuit diagram described earlier. Okay, now I have connected one of the transformer terminal to the rheostat variable terminal. Now I have connected one of the transformer terminal to the rheostat variable terminal. Okay, I am getting current of 20 milliampere. I am getting current 20 milliampere. Okay. Okay, now as per the observation table, I will write 20 milliampere over here. And what are the AC quantities we are going to measure is the potential difference across inductor. That is VL, potential difference across the resistor VR, and potential difference across the capacitor VC, and potential difference across the resistor and inductor, that is VRL. Okay, now in order to measure the potential difference across inductor, here is the inductor coil, and inductor coil is connected between these two terminals. Hence I am giving the voltmeters to terminal, between these two terminals. Okay, how much I am getting the potential difference across inductor? This is nothing but 9.5 volt. I am going to write this reading in the observation table. Okay, now in order to measure the potential difference across resistor, here is the resistor, and resistor is connected between these two terminals. Hence I am connecting the two probes of voltmeter to the resistor terminal. Okay, and what I am getting? I am getting 3 volt. I am getting 3 volt. That is, the potential difference across resistor is 3 volt. I am going to write in the observation table, that is potential difference across resistor VR, that is 3 volt. Okay, now I am going to measure the potential difference across the capacitor. I am going to measure the potential difference across the capacitor, that is VC. Okay, now see, the capacitor is connected, the capacitor, that is this is orange colored capacitor, is connected between these two terminals, and I am applying the probes of a voltmeter to these two terminals. Okay, how much I am getting potential difference across the capacitor? That is nothing but 1.5 volt. That is nothing but 1.5 volt. I am going to write this reading into potential difference across capacitor column. Now next is I am going to measure the potential difference across resistor and inductor. Okay, now I am applying the probe of voltmeter over here, and the second probe of voltmeter I am going to connect it over here, that is resistor and inductor. Okay, that is VRL. Okay, now how much potential difference I am getting across resistor and inductor, that is VRL, is 11 volt. Okay, now only variation is that remove the variable terminal, that is which has been come from transformer, and connect the second terminal of transformer to the rheostat variable terminal. Okay, now how much current I am getting is 40 milliampere. Now how much current I am getting is to 40 milliampere. Okay, now I will write this 40 milliampere current into the current column. Okay, now I am going to measure all the quantities I have measured previously. Okay, that is potential difference across inductor for 40 milliampere and potential difference across resistor, that is VR, for 40 milliampere, and potential difference across capacitor, that is VC, for 40 milliampere, and potential difference across resistor and inductor, that is VRL, for 40 milliampere. Okay, in order to measure the potential difference across inductor coil, we connect the two probes of voltmeter, that is across the inductor. Okay, here we have connected inductor between these two terminals, hence I have connected the two probes between these two terminals. Okay, how much potential difference I am getting is 19 volt, is 19 volt. Okay, I will write over here. Okay, now I am going to measure the potential difference across resistor. I just remove this terminal or this probe and connect this probe over here, that is how much I am getting is 6 volt. That is potential difference across resistor is 6 volt. I will write 6 volt in potential difference across resistor, that is VR column. Now in order to measure the potential difference across capacitor, I will connect the two probes of voltmeter across the capacitor, and okay, how much potential I am getting is 3 volt. Okay, that is potential difference across capacitor, that is VC, is 3 volt. I am going to write potential difference across capacitor, that is VC, is 3 volt. Okay, now in order to measure the potential difference across resistor and inductor, that is, this is resistor and this is inductor. Resistor has become too much hot. That's the reason why I have removed my hand very quickly. Okay. Uh, within these two terminals, I have connected resistor and inductor. So I am measuring the potential difference across these two terminals, that is VRL. Okay, how much VRL I am getting? VRL is 22. VRL is 22 volt. Okay, I will write 22 in the VRL column. In order to draw the vector diagram for 20 milliampere, I am going to draw the VR, that is potential difference across resistor along x-axis. What is the value of VR for 20 milliampere? Is 3 volt. Okay, now I am going to draw the 3 centimeter on x-axis. Here is the graph paper and I will draw the 3 centimeter VR along x-axis. Now I am going to draw the VL with the help of compass. And what is the value of VL? VL is 9.5 volt. Okay, I have taken the 9.5 centimeter in compass and I will keep, or I will put the pointed edge on VR or at point A and draw one arc Now in order to draw the VRL, I will keep my pointed edge at point O and will draw another arc of distance VRL, that is 11 centimeter. Here I have taken 11 centimeter in my compass and I will keep the pointed edge on point A and will draw. I have taken 11 centimeter in the compass and I will draw the arc. The intersection of these two arcs is nothing but your point C. Now join OA and AC. Join OA and AC. Now draw according to the vector diagram. Draw BC or draw CB perpendicular to OA or perpendicular to OB. Okay, here I will draw CB perpendicular OB. Here I will draw CB perpendicular OB. With the help of this vector diagram, I am going to determine the value of R, XL, XC and RL, that is R is equal to OB upon I, XL is equal to BC upon I and XC is equal to VC upon I, RL is equal to AB upon I. Okay, I have written all these formulas over here. In order to calculate the R, we require OB upon I. Here is the OB. I will measure OB, that is 1, 2 centimeter, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6.3 divided by I, that is current. Current is 20 milliampere. That is 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. That is 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. After calculating all these things, I am getting 315 ohm. That is the unit of resistance. In order to calculate the XC formula for XC is VC upon I. VC is equal to 1.5 divided by current I, again 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. After calculating all these things, I am getting 75. I am getting. Okay. Now, in order to calculate the XL, we have formula BC upon I. BC upon I. Okay. In order to calculate XL, that is BC upon I, the BC I have measured 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8.8. 8.8 divided by I, that is nothing but 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. And after calculating all these things, I am getting 440 ohm. Now RL is nothing but AB upon I. AB is 1, 2, 3, 3.3. 3.3 divided by 20 into 10 raised to minus 3. And after calculating all these things, I am getting 165 ohm. Okay, this completes the vector diagram for 20 milliampere. Here is the vector diagram, and here is the quantities we have measured, that is R, XC, XL and RL. Using these quantities, we are going to draw the phasor diagram. Okay, we are going to draw the XL minus XC along y-axis and R along x-axis. Let's see. Okay, in order to draw the phasor diagram, on x-axis we are going to draw the R, and on y-axis we are going to draw the XL minus XC, which is 365 ohm, and R is 315, that is 315 ohm. For this purpose, I am going to take 1 centimeter is equal to 50 ohm on both axes. Okay, I have drawn both x and y axis. Along x axis, I am going to draw the resistance R, and along y axis, I am going to draw the value XL minus XC. Okay, what is the value of R? R is nothing but 315. R is nothing but 315. Okay. Now here I have identified the R, that is 315. Okay, I am going to mark over here, and now along y axis XL minus XC, that is 365. Here I have identified, or I have marked 365 over here. Now I am going to draw, extend all these two lines and see where these two lines going to intersect. You have to draw both the lines simultaneously. Okay, and see where these two lines are going to intersect. Okay, now draw the diagonal of this rectangle which will pass through origin. Okay, this is Z, that is nothing but impedance. Okay, in order to determine the value of impedance or Z, we have to measure the length. Of this diagonal. Length of this diagonal is nothing but 9.7. Okay, 9.7 into its scale, that is nothing but 1 centimeter is equal to 50 ohm. 9.7 into 50 is 485. is 485 ohm. Now I have given the name, that is CBA, and this is the angle, theta, this is the angle theta. Okay, with the help of protractor, here I can measure the angle of this diagonal with x-axis, that is theta, is nothing but 50 degrees. Theta is nothing but 50 degrees. Okay, now I am going to calculate the impedance of a circuit using vector diagram. Okay, then the formula for the same is z is equal to under root r square plus xl minus xc bracket square. Okay, now I will put the value of r, that is 315 square, plus xl minus xc is nothing but 365 bracket square. Okay, these are the values of r and xl minus xc from vector diagram, and after calculating all these things I am getting 482.1. Okay, this is the impedance of a circuit using vector diagram. Next quantity is impedance by phasor diagram, that is we have already calculated, z is equal to 485 ohm. Okay, now impedance of the circuit using phasor diagram. That is z is equal to 485 ohm. Okay, now in order to calculate the phase angle, that is theta, using vector diagram. Okay, then formula for phase angle, that is tan theta is equal to xl minus xc divided by r. Now theta is equal to tan inverse xl minus xc divided by r, then which is equal to tan inverse xl minus xc is 365 divided by r is 315, and after calculating all these things I am getting theta is equal to 49.44 degrees. Okay, this is the angle by using, this is the phase angle by using vector diagram. Okay, now phase angle using phasor diagram. Now we are going to calculate the phase angle using phasor diagram. We have already determined the phase angle, that is theta is equal to 50 degrees. We have measured this value, these values with the help of protractor. Okay, now we will write the same, that is phase angle theta using phasor diagram, that is theta is equal to 50 degrees. Okay, now here we can clearly see that impedance using vector diagram, impedance using vector diagram is nearly equal to the impedance using phasor diagram, is nearly equal to the impedance using phasor diagram. Also the phase angle using vector diagram, also the phase angle using vector diagram, that is theta is equal to 49.44 degrees, is nearly equal to the phase angle theta using phasor diagram, that is theta is equal to 50 degrees. Okay, these are the set of readings, or these are the results for 20 milliampere current, for I is equal to 20 milliampere. You have to repeat the same graphs and same calculation for 40 milliamperes, and you have to determine the impedance of a circuit using vector diagram. In addition, impedance of a circuit using phasor diagram, then phase angle using vector diagram, and then phase angle using phasor diagram, and you have to compare all these readings. Okay, and you have to write all these results in the at the last of experiment.